reading from the Book of Werewolves. I have seen an accomplished young woman of considerable refinement and of a highly strung nervous temperament string flies with her needle on a piece of thread and watch complacently their flutterings. Cruelty may remain latent till, by some accident, it is aroused, and then it will break forth in a devouring flame. It is the same with the passion for blood as with the passions of love and hate. We have no conception of the violence with which they can rage till circumstances occur which call them into action. Love or hate will be dominant in a breast which has been in serenity till suddenly the spark falls, passion blazes forth, and the serenity of the quiet breast is shattered forever. A word, a glance, a touch are sufficient to fire the magazine of passion in the heart and to desolate forever an existence. It is the same with bloodthirstiness. It may lurk in the deeps of some heart very dear to us. It may smolder in the bosom which is most cherished by us, and we may be perfectly unconscious of its existence there. The Book of Werewolves. Welcome to another episode of Professor Winter's Library of Horrors. I, of course, am your host, Professor Alistair Winters, and this is my Library of Horrors, where week after week, year after year, it is my burden to go down into the vaults of my library and bring back to you an example of the cinema of the horrific for your delight and entertainment. I selected tonight's reading from the Book of Werewolves as I feel it illustrates that the propensity for cruelty, for lycanthropy, is historically, psychologically, and mythologically not just a masculine one, but in all of us. Indeed, there are many myths of female werewolves, many curiously tied to tonight's film from the country of Ireland. But I get ahead of myself. Tonight's feature awaits. To the viewing room. It is the year 1995. And Canadian filmmaker John Fawcett is planning his next project. Fawcett wants to do a film exploring two female protagonists' relationship as they undergo horrific experiences. He also wants to make a metamorphosis film in the style of Canadian master David Cronenberg. Fawcett brings the idea to his girlfriend and screenwriter Karen Walton. Now, Walton initially refuses the project, given her feelings of how horror films typically portray women, and her feeling that all werewolf films are the same. Fawcett assures her that they will redefine the genre. After 4 years of workshopping the script and seeking financiers, filming begins in 1999. Casting for the film is difficult, as many Canadian casting directors boycott the film as a response to the violence in the film in the wake of school shootings in Canada and the United States. Due to the boycott, a young Scarlett Johansson refuses the role of Bridget Fitzgerald. This role will eventually go to Emily Perkins, with Catherine Isabelle taking the role of Ginger. The two would bring a natural, sisterly chemistry to the Fitzgerald sisters, given the fact that they attended the same kindergarten, high school, and even were born in the same hospital. The film is shot for a budget of simply 5 million Canadian dollars, and due to that, practical effects and creative workarounds had to be leaned on as opposed to CGI. The film opens in the year 2000, and due to a limited theatrical release outside of Canada, over the years the movie has developed a cult following and 2 sequels. So tonight, travel back to the year 2000 and enjoy the feature many consider the greatest teenage werewolf film of all time, John Fawcett and Karen Walton's Ginger Snap.